Hey, if you own a home in Scottsdale, these are numbers you definitely need to know. Hey, it's Dusti Martin with Platinum Living Realty, dropping in to give you your monthly market update for the city of Scottsdale. It is January 2nd, 2020. All right, guys, so Happy New Year. Let's just jump right into it. Our active listings are actually down 26.8%, and our sold listings are up 24.3%. What that means is the market is definitely heating up. Even with all of the holidays and what usually would be a slower time of year, it actually kind of peaked and skyrocketed against everybody else's forecasts, which if you watch my channel, you probably saw coming, but those are definitely some exciting numbers to finish out December of 2019 with. Our median price per square foot is actually up 4.1% year over year, which is great for homeowners, especially those who are looking to sell. And our month supply in the city of Scottsdale right now is only 2.54 months. That means that if no other homes came on the market, everything would be sold within 2.5 months. And if you watch my channel, you know that anything 4 months or less is considered a seller's market. So if you're in the Scottsdale area, you own a home that you're thinking of selling, you're at 2.54 months of supply. That's great for you as a seller. You can try to push the envelope with your pricing a little bit, but as a buyer, that's also something you should know, because that kind of indicates how much competition you're going to have when you go to purchase a home. And being well aware of what the market's doing helps you get the home that you want instead of losing out on multiple offers time and time again. So that's just one of the things that you should keep in mind if you are looking to buy or to sell. And then our median days on market is down 1.9% this time over last year, and we're at 53 days, which is still lightning fast. We have a lot of luxury homes in this city, and our price per square foot and the median price range in the city of Scottsdale compared to the rest of Maricopa County is much higher. So with that said, median days on market only being 53 days, that is a wonderful number, and that shows that the market is definitely moving quickly. Let's get down into the price break and the numbers in accordance to price range. So overall, like I said, we're at 2.5 months of supply, which is great overall. If we're in the under $100,000 range, say a condo or townhome like that, you're at 2.25 months of supply, which is about average. It's because there's not a whole lot of them in Scottsdale, not on top of the fact that there's not a whole lot of people looking to live in Scottsdale who want something that small. So it's still a seller's market. You should have an easier time, but it's not as high of a demand as some of the other price ranges in markets. So when we get to the 100 to 200,000 mark, we're at 0.82 month supply, meaning less than 1 month supply. That is white hot. When we get to the $200 to $300 or $100,000 range, we're at 0.89, still less than 1 month of supply. And then the $300,000 to $500,000 range, our month supply is only 1.18. That means we are in a white hot seller's market for anything under $500,000. When we get to $700,000 to $1 million, this is a shocking number. Our month supply is only 1.77. That is a white hot seller's market if you're under the $1 million mark, which is phenomenal for home sellers in the high-end market here in Scottsdale. And then when we get to under 700,000. I misspoke there. I'm a little tongue-tied, out of practice because of the holidays. But we're at 1.77 month supply for anything under 700,000. And then when we get to the 700 to $1 million, we're at 3.41. So we're still slightly a seller's market in the $700 to $1 million range, which is great if you're thinking of selling. But also if you're thinking of buying, you may have a little bit of competition, but maybe not as much as in the lower price points. Once we get to the $1 million to $3 million mark, this is really interesting and kind of exciting. If you own one of those luxury properties here in Scottsdale, we're at 6.61 months supply. That is kind of white hot as far as the luxury market goes, because anything from 4 to 7 months is considered even stable for a median priced home. So when you consider we're at less than 7 months for luxury properties between 1 and 3 million, that is amazing. And that is one of the best numbers that we have had in over a decade for our luxury sellers and homeowners. The good news is that the Feds kept the interest rates low through the last quarter and even reduced them a little bit. So if you are borderline, you're purchase-wise, you were actually able to buy more going into this last quarter, and as a result, we have more buyers in the luxury market than we have in a long, long time. And then this is the really interesting number that I saw is over the $3 million mark, we are at 19.88 months of supply. So almost 20 months. So that, you know, statistically, if this were an average priced home, that would be considered a buyer's market. And generally the luxury market is. However, when you compare it to last year, where there was a 68-month supply of luxury homes over $3 million, you got to kind of do the math. That's over 5.5 years of inventory that we had in the luxury market, over 3 million in Scottsdale this time last year. So with that said, for that to move more than 3 years worth and drastically reduce the amount of inventory that we have and increase the buyers in the high-end luxury market, that is phenomenal. And so if you bought one of these properties to invest in, or kind of store your cash, or some equity, or something you liquidated maybe a few years ago, you've made a great return on your investment, and now might be a really great time to sell. Again, if you guys have any questions, or if you want to know what the numbers look like for your specific zip code or your specific neighborhood, I'd be happy to talk with you and help you go through the numbers and see what things look like for you. And Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everybody has a happy, healthy, safe New Year. And I can't wait to see what this year holds in store for all of you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.